In this lecture, we're going to cover the last four cranial nerves, and we begin with the glossopharyngeal nerve, or cranial nerve number 9. And this is a nerve that has a dual function. The first function here is that it serves as a sensory nerve in providing sensation to the posterior third of the tongue, and that gives rise to the sense of taste, as you can see here in this diagram, how we have the nerve innervating that posterior region of the tongue and will send information towards the central nervous system where these tastes and these chemical compounds can be interpreted. It is also a motor nerve, in that this nerve will also innervate the muscles of the pharynx, or the throat, which is a passageway towards the trachea and the esophagus. And so here we see the glossopharyngeal nerve originating in the region of the pons, or in the brainstem, and having these branches that will extend to the relative regions for sensation and for motor control. Cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve, is the major nerve of the parasympathetic nervous system. And this is also a mixed nerve, in that this nerve will provide a motor function and a sensory function. And when we think about the overall function of the vagus nerve originating here, as we can see, in the brainstem region, specifically the medulla oblongata, mediates a resting state. And it's the only cranial nerve that extends and controls organs beyond the head and neck, as we see illustrated in this diagram here. So on the far right hand side, here we see illustrated the various branches of the vagus nerve that innervates the heart, lungs, and various other organs in the body. So it's important to remember once again that the vagus nerve is both sensory and motor. The accessory nerves, or cranial nerve 11, functions as a motor nerve only. And this nerve is formed from what are called ventral rootlets. So small roots that extend from the central nervous system will form the accessory nerve, cranial nerve 11, as you can see here in this illustration. And the accessory nerve, as indicated, it is a motor nerve only, and you can see the branches extending to the muscles that control the head and neck, including the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscle. The last nerve, the hypoglossal nerves, cranial nerve 12, is a motor nerve only, and originates from the medulla oblongata. And this is a nerve that is responsible for tongue movement. And as I indicated, it is a motor nerve only, and so there is no sensation conveyed from along this nerve to the central nervous system. So the information is traveling from the brainstem region towards the muscle of the tongue. So this is the final slide of this unit on the cranial nerves.